What's up, squash players? I have a review for you today of the Dunlop Hyperfibre XT Revelation 135. This is coming out in 2019. It's out in 2019. Big thanks to Dunlop for sending me this and the other new 2019 rackets to review. If you haven't checked out those videos, check them out. So this is the teardrop frame. That's the 135 gram frame. This is a signature model. I'm going to mangle the pronunciation, but I'm just going to say Ian Yao, the Malaysian player, and this has got a fan stringing pattern as compared to the Nour Tayyib racket, which is the traditional strings, and it is 10 grams heavier advertised, but it's actually pretty light. And I just weighed these two and they actually both came out pretty much the same. In fact, this was even a little lighter on the scale. There's variability in the manufacturing, so you never know exactly what you're gonna get no matter which racket it is. But this came out at 153.5 grams and also a balance point of 36 centimeters. So on court, this had, I couldn't decide between the 135 and the 125 which I liked better. I kind of prefer traditional stringing pattern, which put a vote in the corner of the 125. But one thing I liked about the 135, it was just a tiny bit heavier, and I just prefer that. It helps me guide my shot a little bit. Even on the scales, these were only 1/4 centimeter different in the balance point, but this racket feels heavier, and it also feels a little bit heavier. It doesn't feel heavy, just a little bit heavier than the 125, despite what it says on the scale. So overall a good racket, still in the same vein as the prior 135 Revelation models that you might be used to from previous generations. And it has the cool 2019 Dunlop cosmetic, consistent with the other ones I've showed you recently in the videos. And also this Hyperfibre XT model is a little different from last year. I especially found that in the Pro Light racket that I reviewed earlier, but the reinforcement is now at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. I don't know what it looks like for you. And also in the throat, and it's giving the rackets a bit of a stiffer feel, and that it's hard to tell whether I just know that now and I think it every time I hit with one of these rackets, but it does feel that way to me when I hit it. I like the crispness of these rackets, of all of these 2019 Dunlop rackets, and the 135 is slotting in right where you'd expect for this racket within Dunlop's current models. Hopefully that was helpful. Next up, we're going to be doing a review of the Revelation Junior racket, which is a little shorter, and also some Dunlop goggles. So make sure you stay subscribed to get future Squash Source videos. All right, thanks a lot.